Hello? Yo guys, Puyo Puyo Champions got leaked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How are you guys? Did I catch the Puyo Puyo finals last night? No, I didn't. I was busy coding. Now that Puyo Champions has been confirmed, I really need to get the new site out. So I'm only gonna play for a little bit tonight and then I'm gonna get back to work. But yeah, I'm so excited. We're finally free. We're free. Free. I'm so happy. Oh, I'll have to catch it again then. It's on is it on Saga's YouTube channel? I missed a lot. Was it like at the dead of the night? I just can't do that anymore. Stay up that late. Yaomon, hey! Viewer battles. Hey, let's play Fever. Oh, 1 AM. Yeah. Let's do first to fives and rotate everyone, okay? 12 comments. That's a lot. Okay guys, room's up. I don't think it's gonna happen unless I intentionally drag out the match, but I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, let me turn on my spectators list. My stream has too many moving parts. It's kind of hard sometimes. I'm so happy about today. Has been wild. Let's just put it at that. Bounties. Can I put like a bounty for like realistic goals, like drink 8 ounces of water or make a 1 chain? Where's my stream alerts? Dun, 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 dun.
私はいつでも構わぬぞ。
Oh, weren't you going to get some blues? Oh, a dog. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, I can block that.
王者の剣
Oh, what? Aww. I wanted to go into fever with something stronger. Oh, they're stuck. Anyway, this is how you extend this chain, I think. Oh, I could have gotten a 10 if I put the boost there. Are you gonna set that off? This isn't that strong. No, I can't have this blue here, or it'll cut. Wow, they got far. Yeah, they took down. Sega took down the leaked trailer, so I guess that means it's real, right? I don't know. Come on, I gotta force them. Oh, did I close them off? I did it! We didn't even have to go through fever mode. I'm not chaining very well with drop sets. Oh. I can't hit 12s with Alex's drop set. I don't really know about the platform stuff, but we do seem to know that the game itself is true. Oh, this isn't going to work out. Oh. Will these greens cut? Please be good. Yo, this is good. I don't really like the idea of bounties because like that requires going easy on people then, and I don't have the luxury of that. I need to practice for Evo. Priorities. Oh, I didn't mean to set this off. I'll see you later, restaurant. Am I going to accept friend requests with people with Puyo Champions? Yeah, of course. If they're brave enough to buy Puyo Champions, then I love them. Although, hey, wait a sec. Uh-oh, gotta block. Oh no! An 11's alright. How has life changed? Puyo Puyo Champions got leaked. Oh yeah, it's gonna be hectic. If you guys have time, can you help edit the wiki? Because about a ton of English names for the Puyo Quest characters will finally be announced. And they may not necessarily be the same ones as what we have in the wiki. There'll be a lot of editing going on. Paprika! Oh my gosh! Localization hype! Yeah! Sorry. I feel like I've sacrificed a lot of my life force to get to this moment for the Puyo community. So many sleepless nights. But we're finally here. Puyo Champions is here. I don't know what I'm doing. How do I chain with drop sets? Why am I so bad? I guess this works. Oh no. Oh boy. This isn't... Oh no. Uh-oh, I see that.
セレストラピスラズリいつもと違うんだから来なさい行くよ
Oh no! Oh, wait.
行くぞ
Will this work? I don't know if I calculated my...
3、4シレスティアル Y 2、3、4、5ラピスラズリ Y
I'm getting okay extensions. I'm not doing them very fast.
6ラピスラズリ1、2アシット大変だ1、7ラピスラズリ Y 1、2、3、
Wait a second.
セレスト6、7、8ハイドレンジア
Uh-oh. I messed up! I don't have anything left! David Dean! Oh my gosh! Thank you for the $2 super chat.
勝ったのか
Thank you so much for supporting me. I'm just glad that we're all here. We're witnesses to this moment when Puyo eSports got, or Puyo Champions got leaked. We'll carry the future forward. That's ours. That's gonna be us. Oh. Is my hair different?
大変だ
It's more like I have like I have like super bed head, and I tried to fix it with some gel, then I kind of gave up. I really just need to get a haircut. All this hair is getting annoying. Like, I don't know how anime characters do it. Like, I just can't see. It's hard. Sorry for the Google Hangouts notifications. That's my family. Oh. Oh no! Oh! You know, I can't believe they actually went and got like voice actors for Puyo Puyo eSports or for Puyo Champions, like English voice actors. Because like they didn't do that for like Persona Q2. And surely that's more popular than Puyo will ever be, right? Oh my gosh, this is getting annoying. Why am I getting so many messages? Sorry, I need to like figure this out. Okay, this is bad. I'm ready. I messed it up! No! Uh-oh. I have to be ready for it. Come on, extend! Green! Oh no. Ah! No! No! I totally messed that up. David Dean, oh, why? Thank you so much. Thank you for the additional $5 super chat. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know, my heart's been just like breaking this entire day. It's just like the dream finally happened, you know? No longer do we have to live in despair at an uncertain future. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that almost happened. Oh, what? I haven't accepted your friend request yet. Honestly, actually, I see the pop-up in the top right corner, and I get really intimidated because it's just like 20 people, and I feel bad, but like, I don't know. The thing is, like, my friend list is mostly reserved for just replay recording. But it seems like if Puyo eSports really does get this PC version, then we all shouldn't have a problem making Puyo videos for YouTube. Like, you won't need a capture card to upload stuff. But anyways, the friend list on Nintendo Switch doesn't really serve a functional purpose because, I don't know, Nintendo's weird. Okay, here we go. I'm hoping there's a Steam version. I'm hoping there's a Steam version too. I want everyone to be able to play Puyo. Everyone should have Puyo in their lives. That's what I think. Hey, this is all? Oh, this doesn't all clear. I'm sad. There's gonna be one green left over. Crossplay, now that would be cool. But I've seen a couple times in interviews that Hosoyama Mizuki, he just says it's like a really tough logistical issue. So I'm not sure if crossplay would happen, but I'll pray for all the same. Oh no. Oh! Well. Yo! Go! I'm tired. Diego says, I can't say I've been so happy because of a copyright claim in my life before today. You know, it's kind of weird when you put it like that, but yeah, it's true. It's like actively going out of their way to remove it. That has to mean something, right? Alright, thank you, Yoshi. I'm just having so much fun being able to play Puyo with you guys. It's just, I don't know, 10 years ago, never in my wildest dreams did I ever really think we'll have a big community like this and lots of people aspiring to get good at Puyo. Life really has changed. Oh. As much as I love ravioli, I'm not good with this drop set. Oh. Wow. I don't know how to chain well. that's a 3 chain.
2 1
Okay, I can block it.
2 本気を出すとすし1
Is that a power 2?
1
Oh, I can't take the risk of eating that one as well. I'll just have to set off my chain here.
5 6 7 8 9
6 7 フレイムいきます。
3 4面倒な相手だな
申し訳ござい
Oh,
ま
I have the advantage. They're behind.
4 5レギオーレほら
お呼びませんでした。
ねよーし終わった終わった
エミッション
Uh-oh.
1 2 1
Oh no! Oh, this is bad. My tail's broken now.
1
Oh.
1
There.
3 4
It's a lot hard to play with a big drop set like this. I don't think I can fight this off.
3
There's too big of a difference.
5レギオーレほらね面倒だな面倒だな力抜きすぎたか
またお会いしましょ
1
う。1
1 2
1 2
1 1
Hmm.
1 2
Okay, here we go.
2
Try to beat this.
4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12
13 chain.
4 5 6 7フレイムいきます
1
1 2
1
申し訳ございません1申し訳ございません
2 3 4 5 6 7 8グリュングリュン
お呼びませんでした
終わった終わった
1
Uh-oh. Gotta block this all. Uh-oh. I'm not in a good spot when I get out of fever. Hopefully Sad Color doesn't realize they should just set off their chain and... Uh-oh. Wait, maybe I should have just set this off earlier. Oh gosh. Wait, this still works. Here we go. Come on, I can make a comeback. Uh-oh. That's gonna counter. A 9? Oh gosh. Wow, I did this poorly. Oh no! Sad Color caught up a lot in fever mode. Uh-oh. What? How did you... Why? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh gosh. Hmm? What the heck? I'm so bad at this.
なるほど。ほら
Oh, and all clear.
2、3、4、
That
5、
doesn't work. The yellows don't go all the way down.
3
I'll set this all off.
オーライズラブ行きます
3、
Wait, I should have waited for them to go into fever.
5、
Darn it, I'm bad at my timing.
8、グリュングリューグル。
1 2 3 4スターレインこんなに激しく
2、
1
本気を出すとするか。
3 4
Can't let...
ブレイブハートこんなに激しく1 2 3 4 5 6ブレイブハート
1、
1 2 3 4 5 6 7ブレイブハート
1、
I won!
及びませんでした
3、
That was a good match, Sad Caller.
5。レギオーレ。よーし、終わった終わった。
You forgot about column 4? I know the feeling. Sometimes even I fail to notice the big red X right there. It's just I get so used to Sue rules too. Wait, there's no X when it's fevering? Wait, really? It doesn't show it? Really? I never thought about it. Surely it does. Doesn't it? Final cross! I'm excited to see what they translate the lines to. We're gonna have to teach the newcomers what the names to all the Puyo songs are, because all the songs are from Puyo eSports. There isn't an X. Oh my gosh. How did I never see that? Am I blind? Wow. I learn something new every day. Wow, I can't believe I should know better. I'm so disappointed in myself. What does 24 mean? It means Puyo, and it's a Japanese pun based off the way you pronounce the numbers in Japanese. One of the readings for 2 is futatsu or something like that. So fu. And then one of the reading, well, the way you pronounce 4 is yon, so yo. Slurred together, it sounds kind of like Puyo. So when we put 24 on our names, that means we're saying we're Team Puyo, basically. Uh-oh.
勇者いざ参る。
Will this work?
1、
I don't know.
3、これで終わりだ。5、6、7。
It did! Wow, I'm a god at tailing. I'm pretty proud of that one.
1、2、3。
How does the game decide when to activate fever? When your meter in the middle reaches 7 points. So the number is the time. The circles are your meter. You have to counter attack 7 times or 7 times total to fill your meter all the way. Oh. Oh.
1、2、3、4、5。メガレイブ。1、2。勇者は負けない。あとは任せろ。
Wait, English Harpy doesn't sing? She doesn't? Oh, come on, block.
勇者は負けない。
What does Lagnus say translated? Heroes never give up? Oh.
1、
Oh no.
1、いざ参る。1、2、3、4。ファイナルクロス。よーし。1、2、
Oh, heroes don't lose.
4。これで終わりだ。メガレイブ。よーし。
Oh.
1、2、3、4、5、6。メガレイブ。1、
Ichi? Ichi? Oh.
1、2、3、4、
Goo!
6、7、8、9。究極の一撃。1、1。あとは任せろ。
So happy that Puyo Champions gonna localize. Oh?
1、2、3。これで終わりだ。5、6。メガレイブ。1、2。あとは任せろ。
Oh, well, whoops. Thank you, Floral. It was fun. Okay. Anyone else want to play Fever? Because I think I'm almost done for tonight. I should get back to work on finishing my new guide site for Puyo. Gotta get it out before the next 2 weeks. Not a lot of time. There's not a lot of time left. You'll play it? Okay, let's make this the last one. Is that you? Is that you, Dusk? Okay. Let me remake the room. Is that you, Dusk? Are you the... What's your Switch username? Dusk76. Okay. Here, well, let me put a password on the room then. It's gonna be a password that no one will ever be able to guess. How are you doing this? Don't want to take a nap. Gotta make some more coffee. I think this is like 2 days old. It must be moldy. Hey guys, it's not a Puyo Puyo stream without Tetris, right? Here we go. Game over. Oh. Oh. How about this? Watch out.
楽キリンテ
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite themes.
2
This is like so Rui, you know?
いやこれは夢だ
完璧です
1 2
Oh.
1 1 1 1
Oh no!
直してきます
Wait,
私に逆らうからだ
I should have known that was gonna happen. So a difference between Puyo Puyo 2 and Fever Rules is that the garbage pattern is actually not random. The order is 1 4
1
1 4 3 6 2 5, and then it cycles like somehow. So definitely should have seen that one coming, but I got careless.
1 1 1 2 3 4
キリンテル
せいぜい楽しむ戦
Oh no! Please all clear, save me!
完璧
I love
1
コサインいきます
call sign.
1 2 3 4
1
タンジェントやー
リザスター
Uh oh.
いった1 2 3
Wait, why did you give up? You could have fevered again.
これは夢だ
Or you could have went to fever. Uh oh.
1 1 2 1 2
This is a good chain.
1 2 1
パーミテーション
1 2見るがいい
My chain drops set so slowly.
リザスター
I need to practice fever more. Actually, I need to practice Puyo more in general, but I just don't have the time.
1 2 3 4カタストロフ1 2 1 1 1
Sign.
1
ぬぎゃぬぎゃこれは夢だ
完璧です
1
1
I remember taking Spanish in high school. I wasn't very good at it. The only Spanish word I knew was no. That was my favorite word. It's the one I knew how to pronounce the best. Oh gosh, I'm not changing very well right there. That was...
お返しいたしに行きます
I'm sorry. Classes were tough. Does this even work? Yeah, I noticed that too. The leaked article doesn't have the challenge mode in it, which is weird. But I suppose that doesn't disqualify it either, because the challenge modes are meant for sorting players. Well, either in the update they just change up all the menus, or they remove it because it's not like, I don't know, unless like a plans to run their own esports league and overseas too. That would be cool, but I wouldn't be expecting it. If I'm making you guys sleepy, I'm extremely sorry. Uh-oh. Oh no. I gotta fix my mic. Oh no. Fever mode. Ah! Wow, that was a dump. Ah, no! No! Don't do this to me! It cuts. Wow. Okay, fever again. Oh, that doesn't work.
2見るがいい。1、2、3、せいぜいカタストロフ受け取るがいい。
お返しいたします。インテグラル。
Wait, what?
完璧です。
Alright, thank you for the matches, everyone. That was fun. What? You're not. Don't say that about yourself. You're not trash. You're a Puyo. Thank you for playing with me, Dusk. That was fun. Alrighty, that'll be it for me today. I wish I could play more, but there's many things to work on. Alright, let's stay on the lookout for more Puyo Puyo Champions news. Maybe Sega will say something. Who knows? It's gonna be the next couple of weeks are gonna be really exciting for Puyo fans. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.